Hi friends, I hope your day is going well. My name is Charlotte. Thank you so much for being here, for clicking on this video, for coming to my Mind Garden page. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So happy 110th birthday to the National Park Service here in the United States. President Woodrow Wilson signed the National Park Service Organic Act on August 25th of 1916. There were protected areas for decades earlier. Yellowstone, for example, was established by President Ulysses S. Grant March 1st, 1872, when he signed the Yellowstone National Park Protection Act, creating the world's first official national park. The world's first. And the National Park Service Organic Act created one department to collectively protect the scenery, natural and historic objects, wildlife, is for conservation, of course, to provide public enjoyment while leaving everything unharmed for future generations. We do not inherit and consume Big Bend, Yellowstone, Yosemite, Rocky Mountain, the Everglades, Grand Teton, Wrangell St. Elias, and on and on. There's so many that we safeguard them. We safeguard them, we adore them, we keep them pure and natural for wildlife, evolution, and ecosystems that do not yet exist. Given that indigenous people, too many tribes to name here, they have been in existence all over this continent for tens of thousands of years. There are many thousands of indigenous archaeological ruin sites and burial grounds. Parks and monuments had to be established to protect them because historically people have looted and destroyed them. And this was what was literally the indigenous people's homes and ancestry. And one can never go wrong by uplifting and protecting the indigenous all over the world, not just in the United States. And so today, the National Park Service has 433 individual park units. That includes not just national parks, but national monuments, historic sites, battlefields, military parks, preserves, recreation areas, rivers, seashores, lakeshores, parkways, and memorials. A tiny urban historic site can be every bit as official as Yosemite. More than 85 million acres of U.S. land is protected, present in all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and United States territories. The National Park Service employs 20,000 permanent, temporary, and seasonal people. In 2025, 131,000 people volunteered in the national park system. There were approximately 323 million recreational visits during 2025. That's just 1 year. That's amazing. And every time we, as our family, have visited national parks, there are always multiple languages to be heard. In the year 2000, we were in a park in California near the coast, and a woman was swearing at her partner in German. And it was glorious. English and German are really kind of close, linguistically speaking, so we could sort of understand, and it was just awesome. And so the largest protected land in the United States borders is Wrangell St. Elias National Park and Preserve in Alaska, which is roughly 13.2 million acres, which is the size of Yellowstone. 6 times the size of Yellowstone. 6 times. It's so ginormous. Wrangell St. Elias is larger than Switzerland. It's bigger than Switzerland. The Wrangell St. Elias's 3,000 glaciers cover the same amount of land approximately as Connecticut. Is so much, and it extends into the Yukon, and that has its own name that's Canadian, but the park doesn't stop with that giant territory. It goes into the Yukon as well. The smallest of protected monuments is Thaddeus Kosciuszko National Memorial in Philadelphia. It was this beautiful home occupying only about 0.02 acres. The National Park Service protects scenery, landscapes, ecosystems, archaeology, buildings, struggles, atrocities, achievements, and memory. The National Park Service rangers and other employees, they fight fires, they conduct rescues, they protect wildlife and archaeological sites, they study glaciers, rivers, caves, volcanoes, and ecosystems. They preserve historic structures, artifacts, and records. They interpret slavery, war, civil rights, indigenous history, and immigration. They maintain trails, roads, campgrounds, and water systems. They also police enormous and sometimes extremely remote territories. My first thought goes to, Gates of the Arctic National Park in Alaska, another incredibly remote, gigantic, beautiful land. And for 110 years, the National Park Service has offered the unmovable American promise that places, species, histories, and wonders matter more than what can be extracted, developed, or sold, and that we owe the future something left unimpaired, our children, our grandchildren. And we love our national parks, and we love our protected land, and we want to stay protected. This flannel, this very bulky shirt that's inappropriate for August, is older. This shirt is older than my and James's relationship, and our relationship is more than 28 years old. My mom, Carol, sewed it for me. If you could see that right there, several years ago. It was very frayed, and I didn't know how to do it, and so she fixed that, and that has been super solid, and I love that. And she's amazing. She's awesome. She's so creative. And this shirt has been worn by me and James in Yellowstone, in Grand Teton, in Kings Canyon, in Sequoia Rocky Mountain, and several park areas around the DC area. And neither of us wore it in Big Bend or Death Valley because it was too darn hot. And so scorching is the appropriate word for how hot those parks get, especially Death Valley. It's called Death Valley for a reason, unfortunately. And so, love the parks, protect the parks. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Happy birthday, National Park Service. Love.